is don't beg, don't chase, just focus on you because your life is yours and nobody else is going to hand you the success you're looking for. Nobody's going to wake up tomorrow and make your dreams come true. Is the only person's responsible for your future is you. It's easy to look around and see people getting opportunities, getting love, getting recognition, getting everything you think you want, and then ask why not me. It's easy to fall into the trap of begging for attention, begging for help, begging for approval, begging to be noticed, begging to be loved, but that's not how greatness works. Greatness doesn't come from chasing people. It doesn't come from begging. It comes from the quiet, consistent, relentless work you do on yourself. It comes from making yourself so strong, so confident, so competent, so unstoppable that people have no choice but to notice you. It comes from building yourself from the inside out, from improving your mind, your body, your skills, your attitude, your patience, your resilience, your discipline. It comes from understanding that the only person whose opinion truly matters is yours, because if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't trust yourself, if you don't respect yourself, no amount of chasing, no amount of begging, no amount of pleading is going to get you where you need to go. So stop wasting your energy on people who are too busy to care about you. Stop giving your power away to those who don't appreciate it. Stop running after validation from those who will never give it. Focus on your own growth. Focus on your own journey. Focus on becoming the best version of yourself, because when you do that, everything else aligns, opportunities will come, people will notice, success will follow, love will find you, but not because you chased it, not because you begged for it, but because you became the person worthy of it, the person ready for it, the person strong enough to handle it. Every day you have to make a choice. You can either chase people and things that are not meant for you, or you can chase excellence, chase discipline, chase knowledge, chase skills, chase strength, chase health, chase growth. And the difference is monumental. When you chase the wrong things, you're tired, frustrated, anxious, desperate, unhappy. But when you chase the right things, the things that matter, the things that grow you, the things that strengthen you, you become unstoppable, unshakable, unbreakable. Every successful person you've ever admired, every person who has risen above the odds, every person who has achieved greatness they didn't get there by begging. They didn't get there by chasing. They got there by focusing on themselves, by investing in themselves, by grinding quietly while the world slept, by improving a little bit every single day, by being consistent when nobody was watching, by trusting themselves when nobody else did. The key is to understand that your value is not in what other people give you, your value is in what you build within yourself. Your worth is in the effort you put into becoming better, stronger, wiser, more capable. Your life is your responsibility. Nobody else is going to fix it. Nobody else is going to hand it to you. You have to earn it. And the best way to earn it is to stop wasting your energy on people and things that drain you and start putting it into yourself. Start reading. Start learning. Start exercising. Start reflecting, start meditating, start creating, start building, start improving, start challenging yourself, start stepping out of your comfort zone. Start believing that you are worthy, start believing that you can, start believing that you deserve, because when you do, everything changes. When you focus on yourself, when you focus on growth, when you focus on improvement, you stop comparing yourself to others, you stop worrying about who likes you, who notices you, who approves of you, because you know your worth, you know your value, you know your potential, and that confidence is magnetic. People are drawn to confidence. People respect confidence. Opportunities are drawn to confidence. Doors open for confidence. Life bends in favor of confidence, and confidence is built when you focus on yourself, not on others. Don't beg, don't chase, don't plead. Just grow, just learn, just evolve. Just become the best version of yourself, because nothing else matters until you do. It's easy to see people living the life you want and think it's about luck. It's about connections. It's about being in the right place at the right time. But the truth is that everything they have is a reflection of the work they put in when nobody was watching, when they were rejected, when they were overlooked, when they were underestimated, when they were told no. They didn't chase those who ignored them. They didn't beg those who rejected them. They kept moving, kept improving, kept building, kept pushing. And that's the secret. Stop chasing, start building, start growing, start focusing, and your life will change. People will notice, not because you begged them to, but because they see the results of your consistency, your discipline, your determination, your self-respect, your self-love, your effort. It's easy to get distracted. It's easy to get discouraged. It's easy to feel lonely when you're focusing on yourself and everyone else seems to be getting attention, getting love, getting opportunities. But understand this, the people who succeed, the people who last, the people who thrive. They are not distracted by others. They are not desperate for attention. They are not chasing validation. They are focused, disciplined, patient, committed to their own growth. And that's what sets them apart. When you focus on yourself, you discover things about you that you never knew. You discover your strengths, your weaknesses, your passions, your limits. And then you push beyond those limits. You learn new skills. You master your craft. You improve your character, your integrity, your mindset, your mental toughness, your resilience, your emotional intelligence. Your ability to handle pressure, your ability to handle setbacks, your ability to handle rejection, your ability to handle criticism. All of these things grow when you focus on yourself and stop chasing. Stop begging, stop pleading, stop comparing. The world is full of people running after approval, running after recognition, running after love, running after success, running after wealth. But those who focus on themselves are the ones who quietly rise, quietly excel, quietly achieve, quietly win. And when they do, it's permanent because they built it from the inside out. Nobody can take it away. Nobody can undermine it. Nobody can invalidate it. Your focus should be on mastery, on discipline, on improvement, on strength, on patience, on resilience, on learning, on growing, on creating, on building, on being better than you were yesterday. When you chase other people, when you beg for attention, when you plead for recognition, you give away your power, you give away your energy, you give away your peace, you give away your focus, you put your life in someone else's hands, and that is the opposite of freedom, the opposite of power, the opposite of success, the opposite of respect, the opposite of love, is the opposite of fulfillment, the opposite of joy. When you focus on yourself, you reclaim your power, you reclaim your energy, you reclaim your peace, you reclaim your freedom, you reclaim your life, And there is no feeling like it. Every day you wake up and decide to focus on yourself. Every day you choose growth over distraction. Every day you choose discipline over comfort. Every day you choose patience over frustration. Every day you choose consistency over chaos. Every day you choose yourself, you become stronger, wiser, sharper, more capable, more confident, more resilient, more disciplined, more patient, more powerful. And the results show up in your life, opportunities, people, success, wealth, love, recognition, respect. It all comes not because you chased it, not because you begged for it, not because you pleaded for it, but because you became the person capable of handling it, worthy of it, ready for it. When you focus on yourself, you stop being distracted by toxic relationships, by shallow friendships, by people who don't support you, by people who don't respect you, by people who don't care about your growth. You stop giving energy to people who don't deserve it, and you start putting that energy into your craft, into your work, into your learning, into your health, into your mindset, into your character, into your life. And that energy compounds, that effort compounds, that consistency compounds, that discipline compounds, that growth compounds, and soon quietly, without anyone noticing, without anyone chasing, without anyone begging, your life changes, you achieve, you thrive, you win, you become unstoppable. And the beauty is, you didn't have to chase it, you didn't have to beg for it, you just focused on you. And when you realize this, when you embrace this, when you live by this, nothing can stop you, nothing can hold you back, nothing can shake you, nothing can break you, because your power is internal, your strength is internal, your focus is internal, your discipline is internal, your growth is internal, and that is forever, that is permanent, that is unstoppable. So stop chasing, stop begging, stop pleading, is, and start focusing, start building, start growing, start improving, start evolving, start becoming the best version of yourself, because the only person you can truly rely on is you. The only person who will carry you through life is you. The only person responsible for your future is you. And when you take that responsibility, when you embrace that responsibility, is when you accept that responsibility, your life changes, your mindset changes, your attitude changes, your results change, everything changes, and it all starts with a simple decision, don't beg, don't chase, just focus on you, focus on your growth, focus on your journey, focus on becoming the best, strongest, most capable version of yourself every single day. And if you do that, if you commit to that, if you live that, if you breathe that, if you make it your lifestyle, your destiny is in your hands, your life is in your hands, your happiness is in your hands, your success is in your hands, your love is in your hands, your fulfillment is in your hands, everything you desire is in your hands, and the only thing standing between you and the life you want is the effort you put into yourself. So give yourself everything, invest in yourself, train yourself, strengthen yourself, educate yourself, elevate yourself, empower yourself, love yourself, respect yourself, honor yourself, prioritize yourself, protect yourself, and soon, without begging, without chasing, without pleading, everything you want begins to flow to you, everything you deserve finds you, everything you've worked for comes to you because you focused on yourself, and that is the ultimate power, that is the ultimate freedom, that is the ultimate success, that is the ultimate life. And it starts now, today, this moment, the moment you decide to stop chasing, stop begging, stop pleading, and just focus on you, your growth, your improvement, your discipline, your consistency, your resilience, your strength, your patience, your mastery, your excellence, your worth, your value, your potential, your future, your life. Because when you do, everything changes quietly, powerfully, permanently. And there is nothing more satisfying, nothing more rewarding, nothing more empowering than the moment you realize that your life is yours, your destiny is yours, and your power is yours. So focus, grow, evolve, improve, strengthen, become master, dominate, conquer, rise, thrive, and never ever chase anyone or anything again. Don't beg or chase, because your energy is your most valuable resource, And every moment you spend running after approval, running after validation, running after someone else's attention is a moment wasted, a moment that could be invested in yourself. Your growth, your mindset is your skills, your character, your health, your discipline, your resilience, your ambition, your potential, your future. Life has a way of teaching you that the things you chase rarely last. The things you beg for often come with conditions. The people you run after rarely appreciate your effort. And when you realize that, when you truly internalize that, you begin to understand the power of focusing on yourself, the power of investing in your own life, the power of becoming the person capable of achieving the dreams you have, not waiting for anyone else to hand them to you, because nobody is obligated to, nobody owes you, nobody is required to recognize your worth. Your job is to prove it to yourself every single day. Your job is to get up when it's hard. Your job is to continue when it feels impossible. Your job is to keep moving forward when the world ignores you. Your job is to build yourself silently, consistently, relentlessly, with the belief that your growth will attract everything you need, not because you chase it, not because you beg for it, but because you became worthy of it, because you became capable of handling it, because you became prepared for it. Every person who has achieved anything meaningful understands this truth. They understand that chasing others is exhausting, futile, and distracting. And they understand that true power lies in self-focus, in self-discipline, in self-investment, in quiet preparation, because when you chase, you put your happiness in someone else's hands. When you beg, you relinquish your power. When you plead, you show vulnerability to those who may not value it. But when you focus on yourself, when you grow, when you learn, when you develop, when you strengthen, when you challenge, when you improve, when you rise, you are in control, you are empowered, you are unstoppable. It is simple yet profound. The moment you stop chasing others the moment you stop begging for attention, The moment you stop seeking validation, you free up your energy to build a life that cannot be ignored. You free up your focus to become extraordinary. You free up your effort to master your craft, to enhance your skills, to expand your knowledge, to deepen your character, to fortify your discipline, to sharpen your mind, to strengthen your body, to elevate your spirit. And when you do all of that, the world takes notice, but not because you begged for it, not because you chased it, but because you became the person that naturally draws it, the person that naturally commands respect, the person that naturally attracts opportunities, the person that naturally inspires, the person that naturally rises above mediocrity, the person that naturally wins the people you admire, the ones you envy, the ones you wish were like you. They did not beg, they did not chase, they focused on themselves, and that focus gave them clarity, that focus gave them direction, that focus gave them power, that focus gave them discipline, that focus gave them consistency, that focus gave them patience, that focus gave them resilience, that focus gave them mastery, and that focus gave them results. Life is filled with distractions, with people who try to pull your attention away, with situations that demand your energy without giving value in return, with noise that keeps you anxious, with comparisons that keep you insecure, with temptations that keep you stagnant. But when you focus on yourself, when you center your attention on growth, on improvement, on development, on learning, on building, on preparing, on strengthening, on achieving, on becoming, you rise above all of that. The noise fades, the distractions disappear, the comparisons lose power, the temptations no longer sway you, and you move forward with purpose, with determination, with relentless focus. You understand that every day is an opportunity to invest in yourself, to sharpen your mind, to grow your skills, to improve your habits, to expand your knowledge, to strengthen your body, to fortify your will, to deepen your character, to elevate your life, And every day you take advantage of that opportunity, you compound your progress, you compound your growth, you compound your results, and soon the life you dreamed of quietly manifests, not because you chased it, not because you begged for it, not because you pleaded for it, but because you became the person worthy of it, because you became the person capable of achieving it, because you became the person ready for it. The difference between those who chase and those who focus on themselves is monumental. Those who chase are exhausted, frustrated, anxious, unfulfilled, constantly comparing, constantly seeking approval, constantly begging, constantly pleading, constantly running, constantly losing, while those who focus on themselves are empowered, confident, patient, consistent, disciplined, resilient, unstoppable, fulfilled, content, self-reliant, and continuously improving. When you beg, you show weakness. When you chase, you show dependency. When you plead, you show insecurity. But when you focus on yourself, when you grow, when you invest, when you strengthen, when you master, when you build, you show power, you show confidence, you show independence, you show competence, you show value. And that attracts everything you desire, not through desperation, not through pleading, not through chasing, but through respect, admiration, opportunity, and alignment with your growth. Life rewards those who work quietly, those who focus diligently, those who invest in themselves, those who strengthen their mind, body, and character, those who master patience, discipline, and consistency, and those who understand that the greatest victories come from internal focus rather than external pursuit. The energy you spend begging or chasing is energy that could have been invested in learning a new skill, building a new habit, enhancing your mindset, strengthening your body, deepening your knowledge, expanding your network in meaningful ways, improving your character, cultivating patience, embracing discipline, and preparing yourself for the life you want, the people who succeed in life, the ones who inspire, the ones who dominate, the ones who thrive. They did not beg, they did not chase, they focused on themselves, they mastered themselves, they honed their craft, they developed resilience, they built discipline, they cultivated patience, they enhanced their value, they expanded their mind, they strengthened their body, they elevated their character, they improved their habits, they grew their confidence, they took responsibility for their life, they did not wait for permission, they did not seek validation, They did not plead for recognition. They did not chase love, success, or wealth. They became the person that naturally commands all of it. You must understand that your focus determines your reality, your growth determines your outcomes, your consistency determines your results, and your self-investment determines your future. When you beg, you surrender control. When you chase, you diminish your power. When you plead, you lose self-respect. When you focus on yourself, you reclaim your power. You gain control. You strengthen your confidence. You elevate your potential. You sharpen your mindset. And you position yourself to attract the life you want. It requires discipline to stop chasing. It requires courage to stop begging. It requires patience to focus on yourself. It requires self-respect to invest in your own growth without seeking validation from others. And it requires vision to see that every effort you put into yourself compounds into results that nobody can take away. It requires faith in your ability. It requires belief in your potential. It requires trust in your journey. It requires commitment to your discipline. It requires consistency in your actions. And it requires resilience when the results don't come immediately. The world will try to distract you. The people around you will try to pull you off course. The noise of comparison will try to make you chase. The temptation to seek approval will try to make you beg. The pressure to conform will try to make you plead. But when you stay focused on yourself, when you remain consistent in your efforts, when you continue to grow, when you invest in your development, when you strengthen your mind, body, and character, when you cultivate discipline, patience, and resilience, you position yourself for unstoppable success, fulfillment, and personal power. Life is too short to beg, too valuable to chase, too precious to plead, and too powerful to waste your energy on anything other than building yourself, strengthening yourself, mastering yourself, investing in yourself, improving yourself, elevating yourself, focusing on yourself, growing yourself, becoming yourself, and ultimately winning quietly, consistently, and powerfully through your own effort, your own discipline, your own focus, and your own relentless commitment to excellence. When you focus on yourself, you become magnetic. Opportunities appear. People respect you. Success follows. Love finds you. Recognition comes. And life aligns with your growth. Not because you chased it. Not because you begged for it. Not because you pleaded for it. But because you became the person who naturally attracts all that. Your energy becomes your shield. Your focus becomes your weapon. Your discipline becomes your foundation. Your growth becomes your magnet. Your life becomes your masterpiece, and every single day you choose to focus on yourself, every single moment you stop chasing, every single action you take to improve yourself compounds into power, value, respect, influence, opportunity, and freedom. And that is the ultimate realization, the ultimate victory, the ultimate truth, that you don't beg, you don't chase, you don't plead, you focus on you, and you let your life reflect the greatness of that focus. Invest in yourself, because nobody else will do it for you. Your life is your future, your dreams, your potential, your success, your happiness, your health, your mindset, your skills, your discipline, your resilience, your knowledge, your character, your confidence, your wealth your relationships, your opportunities. All of it depends on the investment you make in yourself. It is easy to get distracted by what others are doing. It is easy to look at someone else's success and think it came from luck, from connections, from timing, from circumstances. But the truth is that every person who has achieved greatness invested in themselves long before the world noticed. They invested in learning, in growing, in improving, in mastering their craft, in developing discipline, in cultivating patience, in strengthening their body, in sharpening their mind, in building habits that create results, in enhancing their character, in expanding their knowledge, in embracing challenges, in enduring failure, in persevering through rejection, in taking responsibility for their own life, in showing up every day, even when it was hard, even when no one was watching, even when they were tired, even when the results were not immediate. They understood that the greatest asset you have is yourself, and the greatest return comes from consistent, focused, intentional investment in your own growth. Investing in yourself is not selfish. It is necessary. It is the foundation for everything else in your life, because if you are not growing, learning, improving, is strengthening, mastering, evolving, then you are stagnating, and stagnation leads to frustration, mediocrity, and missed opportunities. Investing in yourself begins with your mind. Your mindset is your beliefs, your attitude, your focus, your discipline, your mental toughness, your resilience, your patience, your determination, your clarity, your purpose, your vision, your confidence, your self-worth is your self-respect, your self-discipline, your emotional intelligence, your ability to handle pressure, your ability to handle criticism, your ability to handle rejection, your ability to adapt is your ability to persevere, your ability to stay committed, your ability to focus, your ability to learn, your ability to grow, your ability to become better every single day is. Investing in yourself also means investing in your skills, your knowledge, your expertise, your abilities, your craft, your talent, your education, your experience, your professional growth, your financial literacy is. Your strategic thinking, your problem solving, your leadership, your communication, your creativity, your innovation, your ability to execute, your ability to influence, your ability to create value, your ability to make a difference, your ability to become irreplaceable. Investing in yourself means taking care of your body, your health, your nutrition, your fitness, your energy, your endurance, your vitality is. Your well-being, your sleep, your recovery, your physical strength, your mental clarity, your stamina, your balance, your agility, your longevity is. Investing in yourself means cultivating relationships that elevate you, that challenge you, that inspire you, that support you, that motivate you, that bring out the best in you. Is investing in yourself means setting boundaries with those who drain you, who distract you, who discourage you, who diminish your energy, your focus, your potential, your peace, your happiness, your growth is. Investing in yourself means being intentional about how you spend your time, your energy, your attention, your effort, your focus, because these are the currencies of your life is. And the greatest returns come when you spend them on the right investments, when you dedicate them to building your mind, your skills, your body, your character, your discipline, your resilience, your knowledge is. Your confidence, your self-respect, your self-love, your potential, your future, the people who succeed, the people who thrive, the people who dominate, the people who inspire, the people who make a difference is. They are not distracted by the noise. They are not dependent on approval. They are not chasing validation. They are not begging for attention. They are not wasting energy on things that do not serve their growth. They are investing in themselves. They are focusing on their craft, their skills, their mindset, their character, their body, their health, their relationships, their knowledge, their discipline, their resilience is their patience, their determination, their vision, their purpose, their consistency, their effort, their progress, their excellence, their mastery. They understand that self-investment is the path to freedom, is to power, to influence, to fulfillment, to success, to happiness, to recognition, to wealth, to love, to respect, to opportunities, to fulfillment. Every dollar, every minute, every action, every effort is. Every thought, every habit, every decision you put into yourself compounds into results. It multiplies, it accumulates, it builds momentum, it positions you for greatness, it positions you for impact. It positions you for fulfillment, it positions you for success. The world does not reward the passive. The world does not reward the lazy. The world does not reward the distracted. The world rewards preparation, is discipline, focus, growth, investment, consistency, patience, resilience, hard work, and mastery is. The difference between those who have and those who don't is often measured by the investment they make in themselves when no one is watching, when no one is applauding, when no one is giving validation, is when no one is recognizing, when no one is acknowledging, when no one is supporting. Those who invest in themselves understand that the return is inevitable. The return is guaranteed if the effort is consistent, is intentional, focused, relentless. The return comes in the form of opportunities, recognition, influence, respect, wealth, freedom, success, fulfillment, love, happiness, confidence, and power is. Investing in yourself requires discipline. It requires courage. It requires patience. It requires vision. It requires focus. It requires consistency. It requires self-respect. It requires determination. It requires commitment. It requires sacrifice. It requires endurance. It requires prioritization. It requires saying no to distractions, no to negativity, no to people who don't align with your growth. Is no to habits that hold you back. Yes to learning. Yes to growth. Yes to challenge. Yes to improvement. Yes to mastery. Yes to effort. Yes to discipline. Yes to consistency. Yes to patience. Yes to resilience. Is yes to your own life. Investing in yourself is the foundation for every success, every achievement, every victory, every dream realized, every goal accomplished, every milestone reached. Is investing in yourself is not about ego. It's about empowerment. It's about control. It's about preparation. It's about capability. It's about readiness. It's about building a life that cannot be taken away, a life that cannot be diminished, a life that cannot be undermined, a life that cannot be distracted or derailed. Every great leader is, every successful entrepreneur, every influential creator, every accomplished professional, every respected individual, every person who has mastered their life, they all share one thing in common, is they invested in themselves, they built their skills, their knowledge, their character, their habits, their mindset, their health, their body, their relationships, their discipline, their resilience, their patience, is their vision, their focus, their mastery. They understood that self-investment is the key to life, the key to success, the key to fulfillment, the key to freedom, the key to power, the key to influence, is the key to respect, the key to happiness, the key to love, the key to opportunity, the key to recognition, the key to wealth, the key to impact, the key to greatness. When you invest in yourself, is you stop relying on luck. You stop depending on others. You stop waiting for permission. You stop seeking validation. You stop chasing approval. You stop begging for recognition. Is you stop looking outside for your worth. You take full responsibility for your life, your growth, your success, your happiness, your future. Every moment you spend improving yourself compounds into momentum. Is every day you dedicate to learning, growing, strengthening, building, developing, mastering, elevating, enhancing, improving. Every decision you make to invest in yourself strengthens your foundation. Is every habit you form to grow your skills, your mind, your body, your character, your discipline, your resilience, your patience. Every action you take to enhance your life compounds into results. Is the return is inevitable. The return is unstoppable. The return is life-changing. The return is empowering. The return is fulfilling. The return is permanent. Is investing in yourself also means learning to manage your time, your energy, your focus, your attention, because these are finite resources, and how you spend them determines your growth, your progress, your results. Is your success, your happiness, your fulfillment, your power when you prioritize your growth, when you prioritize your discipline, when you prioritize your learning, when you prioritize your skills. Is when you prioritize your mindset, when you prioritize your health, when you prioritize your relationships, when you prioritize your habits, when you prioritize your character, when you prioritize your consistency. Is when you prioritize your resilience, when you prioritize your patience, when you prioritize your effort, you create an unstoppable trajectory. You create momentum that cannot be stopped. Is you create a life that commands respect, admiration, recognition, success, opportunities, love, fulfillment, and freedom. Investing in yourself also means taking risks, embracing challenges. Is stepping out of your comfort zone, pushing your limits, facing fears, overcoming obstacles, learning from failures, failing forward, adapting, improving, iterating, evolving, and growing. Is every investment in yourself, every effort, every moment of focus, every act of discipline, every choice to learn, every decision to grow, every step toward improvement compounds into power, results, opportunities. Is recognition, respect, influence, freedom, wealth, love, fulfillment, success, happiness, and greatness. And this is why the people who succeed, the people who thrive, the people who last, the people who dominate, is the people who inspire, the people who make a difference. They are the ones who invested in themselves relentlessly, consistently, intentionally, with purpose, with focus, with discipline, with resilience. Is with patience, with courage, with determination, with consistency, with dedication, with commitment, with vision, with mastery, with excellence, with effort, with integrity, with strength, with power, with wisdom. is with clarity, with focus, with understanding, with strategy, with preparation, with prioritization, with determination, with discipline, with self-respect, with self-love, with patience, with resilience, is with consistency, with focus, with effort, with action, with commitment, with power, with clarity, with knowledge, with wisdom, with skill, with strength, with excellence, with mastery, with vision, is with integrity, with purpose, with dedication, with relentless effort. And that is why investing in yourself is the most important decision you can make. The most important action you can take is the most important habit you can cultivate, because when you invest in yourself, everything else falls into place. Opportunities, success, recognition, respect, influence, wealth, fulfillment, happiness, love, is power, and freedom all follow. Not because you chase them, not because you beg for them, not because you plead for them, but because you built yourself to a level where you naturally attract them, is. And that is the ultimate realization, the ultimate power, the ultimate truth, the ultimate freedom, the ultimate life. That investing in yourself is the foundation for everything, the pathway to everything, is the key to everything, the door to everything, and every single day, every single moment, every single decision to prioritize your growth compounds into unstoppable results, irreversible success, is permanent fulfillment and lifelong empowerment.